2-minute 5. Ready? Begin. I will call the defendant, William Patrick McCarthy, under 776 at this time.
Mr. McCarthy, come up here, please. Come up here and be sworn. State your name.
Patrick William McCarthy,
Spell your last name.
M-C-C-A-R-T-H-Y.
Your Honor, it does appear that I inadvertently named this defendant William Patrick McCarthy, but I don't think there is any question it is the same individual that we are talking about. Mr. McCarthy?
Same individual, that's right.
Well, what is your true name?
Patrick William McCarthy?
Patrick William?
Yes.
Oh,
Your Honor, I would move to amend the pleadings.
the pleadings will be
Thank you, Your Honor.
amended to insert the name Patrick William McCarthy instead of William Patrick McCarthy.
Mr. McCarthy, you were employed at the Lightning Room on February 17, 2004, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
At about 1:30, you were on duty as a bartender?
Yes, sir.
Now, at that time, did a person by the name of Robert Keith Gingras enter the premises?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember exactly what time it was that he came in by any chance?
No, sir, I didn't see him come in.
He eventually was seated at the bar, was he not?
Yes, sir.
Will counsel please inform the court as to whether or not there has been a criminal prosecution involving Mr. McCarthy?
Yes, there has, Your Honor.
Has that been disposed of?
He
Well,
is presently in custody.
What?
He is presently in custody.
he is awaiting resentence on a reversal by the district court.
I am forced to advise him that under the circumstances, he need not testify and need not answer any questions Mr. McCarthy asked of you, if you deem those questions and answers thereto may tend to incriminate you. That's your absolute right. Do you wish to testify?
Well, I don't know just if my case is completely over yet.
Who represents him?
The public defender,
The public defender's office.
I think we had better get the public defender here.
Mr. Krieger of the Santa Monica office, was representing him, I understand.
See if you can get Mr. Krieger on the phone.
Your Honor, I think I should inform the court that according to Mr. Krieger, I am pretty sure this is the fact. The second-degree murder was reversed and reduced to manslaughter, and he comes up for resentencing.
Oh, he has already been convicted?
Yes, that's right.
I see.
He has already been convicted and it has been reduced to manslaughter. He is just now awaiting sentence on that manslaughter.
Oh, I thought he was awaiting trial.
No, it happened 2 years ago.
It is 2.5 years ago.
I see.
He has been in custody.
It is just a matter of sentence now?
That's right. Isn't that correct, Mr. McCarthy? That's your understanding?
Yes.
Next week, it is a sentencing on the manslaughter charge.
To the best of my knowledge, it is a sentencing. I really don't know what it is.
See if you can get Mr. Krieger. I want to find out what the story is. Let Mr. McCarthy step down and you call some other witnesses.
I will call Mr. Blackburn under 776.
Mr. Krieger, I understand, has gone downtown, so I think we had better defer examining Mr. McCarthy until Monday.
Your Honor,
Is Mr. Powell down there? See if you can get Mr. Powell. They probably also have a file out here.
no. The file, as I understand, is in Judge Rittenband's court. Your Honor, I might say this for what it's worth. The defendant is in default in this proceeding. Of course, the material allegations are admitted.
Still, he doesn't have to testify.
I am aware of that. There is an admission by the other parties, and of course by
That he was an employee?
that he was an employee, and that there was a gun and it was fired, and the decedent died as a direct and proximate result. I think the primary issue here is going to be
It was upon the premises and within the access of said William Patrick McCarthy, a loaded firearm, which William Patrick McCarthy fired at Robert Keith, who died.
But, Your Honor, there is no admission on the part of Blackburn, whom I represent,
Oh, I understand that.
that he knew the gun was there.
There is an interrogatory which states that he doesn't know,
That's right.
that he didn't know.
what I meant to say was I believe that the issue here, at least as far as the plaintiff is concerned, as I see it at this stage of the game, is the scope of authority and not the act itself, if that's of any help.
But, Your Honor, I don't think that could be limited to that issue, even though McCarthy has defaulted. And I might say I attempted.
McCarthy's default is not binding upon either of the other defendants.
That's right, Your Honor.
Because the question is, of course, is whether or not he was acting within the scope of his employment, and the fact that he was an employee of the owner of the premises doesn't admit that he was acting within the scope of his employment.
Another issue raised, however, Your Honor, is self-defense.
Well, I understand that.
So there are two issues, you see.
Of course, the question of self-defense is something that would have to be developed in the evidence.
That's right.
And the employment, of course. State your name, please.
Donald W. Blackburn,
Spell your last name.
Blackburn.
See if you can get Mr. Powell, will you, and ask him if he can come in.
Mr. Blackburn, you are, as I understand it, the president, or were on February 17th, '04, the president of a corporation named Blackson Inc.?
That is true.